All right, good morning, everybody. It is outstanding to see this kind of turnout for what is a very special moment for Santa Monica Fire Department. I'd like to go ahead and just go over a couple of quick things, talk a little bit about this fire station, and then we'll get right into the program. So, welcome to your fire station number 1. A couple of things. There's restrooms in the back and on the other side of me. I think you guys can figure out the exits from this point. Pretty simple to figure out here. If there's a Santa Monica patch on any of our folks, feel free to ask any questions you have about the station or any needs that you have. We'd love to provide a tour for those of you this is your first time here when we're done today. Love to show you around a little bit and really appreciate it. I'd like to go ahead and recognize a few of our dignitaries. There are a number of them here today. Mr. Mayor, who's standing up right now, thank you for being here. Yeah? Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We also have members of our city department heads and city manager staff. I see Rick Valti here, Susan Klein, David White. Thanks to those of our department heads that support us each and every day in the department. Appreciate it. Also, we've got members of LA area fire chiefs, of which there's several fire chiefs of the 29 departments in the LA area that are here. If you guys could you please stand? Chief Crowley, I saw a few others. Chief O'Brien from LA County. We do not do this mission alone in this region, and thank you guys for being here today. We have also several retirees here that I saw, including retired fire chiefs. It is on their shoulders that we stand here in this facility today. So if I could have our retirees stand up. Thank you for being here. Brad, I see you in the back. Judah, Chief Mitchell, good to see you. Thank you. So, welcome to Fire Station 1. I want to talk a little bit about history today. So, this is the third fire station that has been named Station 1 in Santa Monica's history, which we just recently celebrated our birthday last week. The old Station 1 was at City Hall. Old City Hall, remnants of it are still present today for those of you that have been around a while. The old hayloft is still up there. And a lot of people that work in there today have no idea that they're working in an old fire station. We then moved to right down the street on 7th, and we're in that facility for nearly 60 years. And in July 6th of 2020, right during the height of COVID, we opened this facility, which actually can finally house all the apparatus that we need to house today in one facility. Not cramped, not slamming doors when they would both open up together, the ability to get in and out of the station easily, but most importantly, to open up the front of the station so that the community can see what they have paid for and what they have built that serves their community every single day, including the museum that's out front. And I would encourage you to look at that before you leave today. Another important part of our history and tradition is the game well, which is directly behind the recruits over there. And welcome, recruits. Thank you for being here. That game well made its way from Fire Station 1 and represents the history that we are all living here today. The history of service to this community, the history of providing good leadership to this community, and also a demonstration of that we did not get here without doing that first and learning some difficult lessons back in the day and becoming a better fire department because of it. For this particular ceremony, we welcome into our fire family our new fire chief, Chief Hallock. And through a rigorous selection process and a very sought-after place to work, he is now here before us, and we're really fortunate. And I think it's a testament to all of you that are here and supporting him, that it's a testament to the relationships that he had long before he came here. We're glad to have you, Chief, and thanks for being here. At this point, I'd like to invite our Chief of Staff of Operations, Chief Danny Caldwell, to come up right now. for the presentation of colors and the Pledge of Allegiance. Chief Caldwell.
Good morning. Would you please stand for the presentation and posting of colors? And now please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. You may be seated. And next, I'd like to invite up our fire chaplain, Josh Young, who will be giving the invocation this morning. So come on up, Josh. Thanks. I have been asked to give an invocation or a prayer of blessing for our new fire chief. So would you please join me? Almighty God, we come today from different walks of life, but now unified in asking for the success of the Santa Monica Fire Department. We ask for your favor to be upon Chief Hallock as he leads this department. Give him wisdom to make the right decisions and fortitude to support those decisions. Bless him with inspiration and vision to meet the needs of the future. Help him as he works with our city manager and council to promote and provide health and safety. Help him as he works with the department chiefs, administration, staff, and firefighters to develop a robust fire department for our community. May he have your peace while he carries this mantle of leadership. As Chief Hallock courageously leads this department and serves this community, may we honor and assist him, all of us working together in redemptive charity. We humbly ask that you provide all of the Santa Monica Fire Department personnel with health, protection, and wellness as it serves the community and supports its well-being. We ask that peace, harmony, and prosperity may prevail for this department and each individual member. Empower us with the spirit of service and direct us to the cause of our neighbors in need. We commit ourselves, our families, this department, and community to your gracious and merciful protection. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Josh. It is really my honor to bring up a guest speaker that as soon as we kind of set the date here, it's the first person I thought of that I'd love to have come up and say a few words, and hopefully some words of wisdom too. I'd like to invite up retired Fire Chief at Tor Bernard Nelly, and as he's coming up, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this guy. Ettore joined the fire department in 1972. He had just shy of 32 years of service with the fire department here, promoted through the ranks, and served as its deputy chief for 12 years under 3 chiefs' tenure. And Chief Bernard Nelly, I can understand exactly how you feel. He became the fire chief in 1996 and served for 6 years and retired just prior to 2003. Ettore has been a great friend and family member of the Santa Monica Fire Department for many years. And those of you that have been here a long time or are retirees know exactly what I'm talking about. He's that individual that's been our historian. I have turned to him for guidance on several questions that typically start with, hey, why did we do it that way back then? And I got a really good answer with a lot of wisdom in that. So Chief Bernard Nelly, it's our honor to have you, and thank you for being here.
You know, it was really an adventure working for 3 different fire chiefs, so we do have something in common, Chief. And thank you for a great introduction. This is an exciting day for Chief Hallock, the members of the Santa Monica Fire Department, and the citizens of this great community. I have to tell you, it's an honor to be asked to come back here and talk about something that I loved and something that I miss every day. I had the opportunity to spend, that's what the problem is. I had the opportunity to spend 3 decades with the Santa Monica Fire Department, starting out as a firefighter. Chief Hallock and I had the same career path as we held every position you can hold while you were coming through the ranks. The big difference, though, was that when I was coming on to Santa Monica as a rookie firefighter in 1972, Chief Hallock was having his 2nd birthday. Back then, we went on 3,500 emergencies a year. We were simply first aiders. We had the same training that Boy Scouts had. Many of the programs that the citizens receive today did not exist, and we'll talk about that later. One of our fire stations was actually located in a single-family residence in the north part of town, where the firemen slept in the garage at night. Over my time with the Santa Monica Fire Department, I have seen tremendous growth, and I'm so proud of what has happened since I retired. The growth just continues, and when I see what they've accomplished here with this building and the fire station and all that they do, and now I was at their training center last week. It's just incredible that they just kept this roll going. It's so fantastic. And you know, a lot of things changed, but something never changes. And that's the critically important things that stay the same, which is keeps the quality of this organization preserved. And that's the people that work here. They're individuals that come to work each day, do their jobs quietly, and take the proper course of action on any emergency they attend to. You know, this job meant a lot to me. It was a dream come true. And what I've gathered over the years is that we actually enter into people's lives on their very worst day. That's the role of what we do. The good news is that we come there to help. And the really good news is that if it's in a medical emergency, if it's a fire, if it's an industrial accident, we have the ability to change the way the story ends. We have the ability to turn tragedy into triumph because of the training we get, because of the equipment we have, and because of the dedication and commitment of the people you see in this room. This is at the core of what makes an organization great. The people you see in this room and their commitment and dedication. The pride I have for this fire department remains strong. Historically, Santa Monica has always been on a quest to be the very best it can be. Always looking for new solutions, experimenting with the latest equipment and technology. And sometimes we actually set a trend nationally. So here's a little but essential fact. Back in 1973, under the leadership of Chief John Sturgis, the Santa Monica Fire Department instituted one of the most evolutionary changes to the advanced life support delivery system, the paramedic system, by creating paramedic engine companies. And for those of you who don't understand, prior to that, people were arriving at scenes in ambulances and pickup trucks and vans. They weren't strategically located as well as the fire stations had been because they had to hire extra people to do it. By accomplishing what Chief Sturgis wanted to do is that he took existing fire stations and placed paramedic units in those fire stations on the fire engines. This design provided rapid advanced life support emergency care throughout the city and ensured help would arrive within 4 minutes or less. It provided a higher degree of safety for both the firefighters that rode on that fire engine and the people that we protect. It was an important enough change that eventually it was accepted nationally by other fire agencies. So we talked about the history and the importance of things. There's some statistics that I think people are not aware of. In 1969, prior to having paramedics respond to medical emergencies, 75% of all heart attack and full arrest victims died at the scene or died en route to the hospital. Because of the inception of the paramedic program in Los Angeles County and including Santa Monica, that number is below 16% now. It went from 75% to 16% as a result of our emergency medical program. I guess we're going to move those because I guess I can hear it. I'm sure you can too. How we doing? Better? Yeah. It's the continued innovations and advancements similar to that groundbreaking change made in 1969 that are in the DNA of the Santa Monica Fire Department. We always are looking for ways to do things better. This pursuit of excellence is the reason today that Santa Monica no longer goes on 3,500 calls a year. They go on 19,000. They have 7 paramedic engine companies staffed with paramedics. They provide heavy rescue and hazardous material response and state-of-the-art protection out at Santa Monica Airport. And every improvement that happened during my time and has happened miraculously since with the progress they've made, it's always been driven by what is better for the community and the citizens that make up the community. Chief Matthew Hallock comes to us from a department that has a commonality and a shared experience with Santa Monica Fire. Even though our careers are 20 years apart, they both represent some definite parallels. We both have felt the pride and admiration for the members of our organizations as they negotiated the very worst day that has befell both of these communities. On January 21st, 2023, Monterey Park Fire responded to a reported shooting at the Star Ballroom Dance Studio. Facing a number of fatalities and wounded, the firefighters and paramedics were able to evaluate, triage, and treat all the survivors and transport them within 27 minutes, saving multiple lives. 20 years earlier, on July 16, 2003, Santa Monica fire personnel responded to our own terrible incident, a mass casualty incident at the 4th Street Farmers Market. A driver had traveled through the market at high speed, causing multiple fatalities and injuries. Santa Monica personnel faced 79 victims spread out over 3.5 blocks. And like the Monterey Park personnel, some of these firefighters that responded that day had less than a year on the job. Santa Monica fire personnel exhibited the height of professionalism and compassion that day, triaging, treating, and transporting all patients to the hospital within 70 minutes. These two tragedies and subsequent professional response tell you all you need to know about both fire departments and their personnel. These incidents had the potential to paralyze some organizations, but not these two exceptional ones. And speaking with Chief Hallock, I understand what they all went through that evening, just as I remember what we all went through that horrible afternoon. I can honestly tell you that a fire chief's pride and love for this career is solely based on the integrity, professionalism, and dedication of the people that make up the fire department family. The competence and commitment they display on a daily basis continues to sustain me in my retirement. Chief Hallock, I wish the very best for you, for the members of the Santa Monica Fire Department, and the citizens that you will continue to protect. Becoming a firefighter was a dream come true for me. Leading this department was a tremendous honor, and I cherish and miss that leader. I cherish and miss that every day of my life. It's my sincere desire that your time with the people that make up the Santa Monica Fire Department will create these same great feelings and wonderful memories for you. These people in this room will be your greatest resource. I offer you my congratulations and wish you Godspeed as you embark on this exciting chapter of your professional life. I wish for you satisfaction, success, and pride as the new fire chief of the Santa Monica Fire Department. Thank you.
Well, what do you say we make it official? City Clerk, Nikema Newsom, I'd like you to come forward. And Chief, with your wife, if you could come forward as well.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Matthew Hallock,
I, Matthew Hallock,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of California,
of the State of California,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Santa Monica Fire Chief
the duties of the Santa Monica Fire Chief
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, I wrote a big speech, and then my mom came into town last night and said, "You can't read a speech." It's true. It's true. I always do what my mom says. So I redrafted, and I figured I'll just go by the heart because that's what brought me to this position. So first, my family, thank you for being here. Dave White said I'd get emotional. He said, yeah, he came here just to watch it. And so I did already. I didn't 2 seconds in. My family, my wife, Cheryl, my kids, my daughter, Isabel, is on the East Coast. She couldn't make it to this event. My son, William, he just finished his last quarter at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Right? My daughter, Cece, is here from spring break. And, and my mom came in on the train yesterday from San Luis Obispo, and my mother-in-law, Carol. It's been a long journey in this fire service, and I'd go back and do it all again in a heartbeat because I had the support network at home that made it possible. I wasn't always home, and there's been those ups and downs, but with that comes the consistency of family, and I'm forever grateful for everything that they have provided me to be able to go through promotional exams and spend months studying, like our engineers just did and going through theirs, and our captains just did, to get to where they're at. It's a commitment to this service, and it takes a lot, and it takes a toll on a family, and to have a strong family at home means everything in this position. So thank you to all of you and my family for that. To the City Manager, Dave White, and Assistant City Manager, Susan Klein, for your infinite wisdom in selecting me in this position. I appreciate the partnership and the trust in this role as Fire Chief in this fantastic department. You brought me west to this Treasure by the Pacific from my previous organization, and I pinch myself every day when I look out the streets of Santa Monica and I see the beach, I see the blue sky, and I see this community, and I'm just so grateful to be a part and a leader in this organization. So thank you. To Mayor Brock and City Council, I made a promise to these firefighters when I first got here. In my first few days, I met with every shift just to introduce myself. And I've made a promise to them, and I'll make it to you and the City Council and City Manager, is that I'll be the last outside fire chief in Santa Monica. I truly believe the talent is out here to lead this department in the future. And it's my job and my promise that I'll bring every resource in to all of you to make that possible. The talent is in these four walls, and there's no reason why the next leader of this fire service in this department is right here in this department. So that's my promise to you. To my fellow department heads, thank you for welcoming me into your group. It's a collaboration of departments that makes a city run. It's not one department, it's all of us together. And it's those collaborations that we're going to rely on each other to face the hurdles that are present in Santa Monica, but also the accomplishments and the good things that we do. We'll all do it together. So thank you for bringing me in to your group, and I look forward to those collaborations. We've already collaborated on a few things, and I think there's many more to come. And with the Olympics, a short 4 years away, it's going to take a lot of work in this community, and I'm up for the challenge, and I look forward to working with all of you. To my fellow fire chiefs, as Chief Bernardelli mentioned, it's a support network in this region. 29 fire departments make up the LA area. And I became fire chief in Monterey Park in 2020, February of 2020, and what was the cusp of this unknown illness. And I went to one council meeting, and then we went remote. And then our goal was, how do we protect our communities and how do we protect our firefighters? And it was the collaboration and support of 28 other fire chiefs. We got together continually and we talked about how we're going to do this. And as this pandemic progressed into a global pandemic, it became evident that it takes a collaboration amongst leaders in the fire service to make sure that we protect our community, number one, and we protect our firefighters. There's no remote work in the fire service. And these folks were here every single day, day in and day out through the pandemic, risking exposures to themselves and their families, but they did it out of a sense of commitment and service. And it's no easy task to do that. So to you and the fire chiefs, thank you for your support. As Chief mentioned, what I thought was going to be my worst or most difficult task, I would say paled in comparison to what I dealt with or what we dealt with in January of 2021. I'm sorry, January 21st, 2023. Again, that was that support network that was there hours, if not minutes after it happened, saying, what can we do for you? What can we do to help you in Monterey Park to push forward and support your folks? It's again, 27 minutes to have that many people treated, transported. It's a testament to what we do. And, so much focus was on a lot of outside noise, but in that moment, lives were saved that night because of our firefighters and our first responders. And for that, I am eternally grateful. And for those chiefs that were here prior to me, my saying is, and it's not a unique Matt Hallock saying, but I want to leave it better than I found it. And I hope I do, and I hope I will. And that's my goal. Is this department is so entrenched with culture and traditions, and I want to carry that on and leave it better than I found it. To all the firefighters that have been so welcoming to me, I've been doing individual meetings, and it's going to take me some time to get through everybody. But in the short time I've been doing it, there's a common theme that I've heard is I ask, what do we do well? And what we do well is customer service. And that's been a common theme throughout. And I say the community needs to know us before they need us. And they do that. And I love that. This is a challenging city. The call volume is challenging. But as Chief mentioned, on their worst day, we're there to make it a little bit better. And you all do that. So thank you. To our fire prevention staff, our Coupa staff, it's not just operations. There's a lot to it that makes our fire department click. And you all do a fantastic job. And for that, it makes my job easier, knock on wood. And so thank you all for being here. To our new recruits on the cusp of what I think is the greatest job in the world. Again, I mentioned to you when I met you all the first time, remember how excited you were for this job? Because there'll be those days when it's difficult and you don't want to be at work and you're missing a birthday or Christmas. But just remember how excited you were to take on this job when those moments do come, because they will. But it's a great job, and it'll be over before you know it, so enjoy the ride. To two of my mentors that weren't able to make it here, I don't think Chief Haberly is here, but first, Chief Jim Burrell was a former fire chief in Monterey Park. He's now the executive director of the regional training group, responsible for all the training aspects of what we do and how we train for our mass shooting. Was a mentor to me. He's somebody that gave me a lot of opportunity to grow and expand and know what it takes to be in a leadership role within an organization. And I still talk with him every day. I still bounce things off of him every day. And he's not in the area today, but I'm thankful for his mentorship. And Chief Scott Haberly, he's now in Huntington Beach. I took over for him in Monterey Park when he left. He started in the journey in Chief's role in Huntington Beach during a pandemic. So I had somebody that I could talk to. But he basically showed me a different path into this role, one that I never saw myself getting on, and I'm so grateful that I did. And his leadership and mentorship means so much to me, so I just want to thank those two individuals. One thing I want to mention too is there's 5 values in this fire department, and I tend to lead with every one of those. It's integrity, it's compassion, teamwork, accountability, and trust. No simple task by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm going to add one more, which is innovation. I think today's fire service is no longer, not that we heavily, but we're not resistant to change. We embrace it. And today's technology and what's available to us is so incredible. And what we can do to enhance that service through innovation and technology, we're doing that. And it's exciting to be a part of it. And for the next handful of years, as that technology changes and we embrace it, our service delivery is going to be incredible, and it's only going to enhance what we do for our community. There's a strategic plan that was developed prior to my arrival. Chief Alvarez, I'm not sure if he's here or not. Chief Alvarez, no? Him and his team put together a strategic plan, 2023 to 2028. And basically, in a nutshell, it covers our community, it covers our firefighters, their well-being, it covers our apparatus, it covers our facilities, and it covers technology, paraphrasing a little bit. But that plan I intend to see through, because it not only benefits our community, it benefits our service delivery and our firefighters. And it's an incredible plan. It's a lot of work, but I think the future is bright based on having that plan in place, and I'll continue to see it through. Finally, 2 more things. I'm sorry I'm going long-winded. I want to thank Maria. Where's Maria? Hi, Maria. Tom, Captain Fitzgerald, where are you? Somewhere. There he is. And the whole team for putting this together. A lot of work goes into this and a lot of behind the scenes. I saw a lot of meetings happening. I wasn't involved with it, so I knew it was something to do with this. And so everything that's here is because of all the hard work that they did and their team did for this event. So, and especially not to single anybody out, but Captain Fitzgerald and his team to bring me on board. I can't tell you, I walked into a turnkey spot. My uniforms were there. My car was ready. I mean, it was just incredible. And it was because of the hard work of his team and logistics and just making this happen. So thank you for all that you did to bring me on board. Finally, that's the emotional part. My dad left us 3 years ago, but he, I find myself always wanting to call and tell him good things. And I still do. When I got this job, I found out I was going to be mine. I wanted to call him and tell him that I got this job, but he wasn't here. And he always did what was right, always, without exception. He was a true leader without ever reading a book on leadership, without ever going to a class on leadership. He was a leader. And I kind of mirrored myself in how he always worked and his work ethic. And so I will continue to carry that torch in his honor. So that's it. No more emotions. Thank you for listening. And thank you all for being here. It means so much to me. I'm so excited at this journey and what is ahead in Santa Monica. And thank you. Thank you.
Well, on behalf of Chief Hallock, we'd really like to invite all of you to grab something to eat, have a cup of coffee, take a tour of the fire station. This is your house. So for the next few hours, we'll be available to you. Any questions, please ask those of us with the Santa Monica patch on. Again, thank you to our dignitaries, department heads, fire chiefs, and retirees for being here today. It means a lot to the family. Thanks for coming. Thank you.